Hello, everybody. So we're going to test this out and see how everything sounds. So I need to turn off to monitoring. There we go. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, monitoring turned off. The voice sounds fine. I can't tell if all the changes I did to audio or to my mic are actually making that big of a difference, or make sure this game sounds good. Or like it gets worse the more sound is going on, like through the game and everything else, and then it starts getting muffled. Because I feel like it sounds good a lot of the time, but then it starts sounding bad, and I don't necessarily know why. Uh, because I was like, well, maybe it's my mic, but when I just listen to my mic while streaming and testing it, it sounds fine. Like for a like $40 headset. So I don't know what's making it sound bad a lot of the time. That's how it is. And I think I mostly got the sound of the game not too bad. Let's start playing it again and see how it sounds. Maybe the game's too loud. So I'm going to take that down a bit because that's off. I think that's probably good. Let's maybe down a little bit more. So I thought I tested it with the game sound being lower, but it's higher than I originally tested it. So that may be good now. Seems good to me. If anybody happens to be in chat, please let me know. Alright, so I need to go deposit stuff. I was on the Discord for Tibia, and somebody mentioned that they were... Can I stow this? What does this go for? Not too bad. Where'd I find it from? See, I wish it told me here what dropped it. So I could track drops. I can skip it. But it doesn't tell me what dropped it. Though, well, maybe it's because it wants you to look at the creature. But I don't want to do that. Alright, whatever. Goes. So I want to kill swamp trolls today. Because somebody mentioned that's where they got an outfit. Oh, is this in Yellowheart? Where's this raid taking place? Oh, I don't know where the fuck that is. I don't even know how to get there. Jesus Christ. It's in the middle of all this? Okay. Nope, I don't need to get sidetracked. Swamp trolls. Swamp trolls. Greenclaw Swamp, Khazad-dûm surroundings, Port Hope. Oh, so it says they are in the foreign quarter, or the foreigner quarter. Which one was that? I don't think there was that many down there, was there? Maybe there's more I haven't seen there, which is entirely possible. Okay. Let's go to the foreigner quarter. Because I know in Port Hope there's some. I just don't know where the best place to kill them is. I think I can just go through here, right? Oh yeah, I haven't explored a lot of this. Like I guess we have the orcs over here. So we can do that. I should probably find out what this guy actually wants. I don't remember if I ever talked to him. Get over here. keep on getting sidetracked. Okay, let's see what you want. Oh yeah, he sold spells. I couldn't get any of the spells. Yeah. Okay, so let's actually explore this area. I guess I need pirates for the quest as well. Just kill them. So this is like pirate light. That looks weird, right? Is that meant to be like just broken ceiling? Let's go open this. Nothing. There's been a lot of those in the different areas, so that must be a quest I just don't have. Got some dark monks over here. Stalkers, more assassins, some more of this bullshit. They got a lot of different enemies over here. I guess it is called the Foreign Quarter. That's cool. Little way around. Looking at the map, so step down here. So can I never understand when I can and cannot use that. Is it when it's only like one path down? Oh, hey. So I've been over there. Let's go. Alright, there's two cyclopses hanging out underwater. Call, can I take a call? No. Okay. So where are the swamp trolls? Okay, throwing a little bit more. Accidentally drank a healing potion. So I've fought a lot of those. So the thing in the back leading to the roof, I need to go check that out. 3 down on this one. Nothing. Oh! Do I need like a scuba suit? I think I've heard or seen something about a scuba suit before. I could be wrong on that. How do I get up there? Okay. All the way around. This probably be enough to get me where I was trying to go. Oh yeah, somebody was going to try joining the guild. I should sign into the website to see if they applied. So let's do that. No, they did not apply. So that's fine. That's fine. Okay. They don't have to apply. I don't know what time zone he is in, though. I assumed it was similar to mine, but possibly it's not. Yeah. Gonna move down. Little invisible fucker. Yeah. I don't understand. So there was nothing interesting up here. Why can I do it there? So that's only one wall. So okay, maybe that's the thing. So can I? No, that does not count. Okay, nothing. What was that? Man, they're just throwing all. Okay, I just had to. I thought that'd be funny. I wonder if I were finished the Sentinel stuff. Probably not. Okay, nothing here. So I wonder if this means I can... Nope, okay. So unrelated to the other one. Okay, how do I get in there? So I'm over here. So already went down, already went up. Here we go. Oh, I've been here at the entrance, but I guess I never went too far in. Probably because I already had the Minotaurs done. But no harm, just killing. So this schnitzel thing keeps on coming up. Probably need to tell it to not pick up bolts. So I posted my clip of almost dying on the Banshee quest on Reddit, just because I thought it would be funny for people to see a situation that they've probably been in themselves. And somebody was like, "Oh, why didn't you just walk by when you killed the demon skeleton?" And then I rewatched the video. I was like, "Oh, didn't even notice I killed the demon skeleton. I was too focused on not dying that I was like hyper focused on not dying." That was it. It's like, oh, I didn't think that's. I tried getting ahead of people like critiquing my play because I'm like, I don't know, just fucking playing, didn't want to die, but you know, it's just how it goes. It's like we're here for the funds, not for the judging. Well, I guess it's not even judging, just like, come on, man. I was trying not to die. Would have been down there. No, haven't been down here yet. Been up. I think I've done most things. I probably haven't done whatever that is since I don't have the map. Seems about right. Okay, I can get out of here. Just all different kinds of low-level things. Maybe a good place to level up. Nothing fancy. Back to this area. Hey, what kind of gang member runs? Come on, man. So I've been down there. I think I've explored all that. Time to get some pirates out of the way. I wonder, quick math, 2,000, not too far away. Hey. I don't remember the pirates using magic or whatever the fuck that is. The schnitzel. Am I in the area of the schnitzel? What is the schnitzel? Am I in danger of the schnitzel? I don't remember what this quest is for. I don't remember why I'm hunting 3,000 pirates. Now frames have dropped so far, so we will see how that goes. Might as well get the rest. So can I go? No. I don't understand. When you can levitate up or not. Like this seems like it'd be a levitating area, right? Is it because the wood's coming out? How about this? Nope. I don't understand it. Maybe these. Okay. How about this? Nope. It seems arbitrary on when you can and cannot levitate. I don't understand. So we're gonna levitate down? No. Whatever. I've yet to see swamp trolls. I'm pretty sure. I've not seen. This is the foreign quarter, isn't it? Yeah. Where are the swamp trolls? I did it too early. Okay, have I explored? Maybe I haven't explored all that up here. I'm pretty sure these are worth something, right? Yeah, sort of. I'll take them. There's a troll. It's not a swamp troll. Nope, that's just how it is. Okay. Okay, no passageway downs. More of you guys. This looks like some of the housing structure in like Garland and other towns. Like the little apartment complexes they have. Those must be quests for something I just haven't got to yet. Okay, nothing here. Where the fuck my swamp trolls? There's one. So is the encyclopedia really gonna tell me, hey, there's swamp trolls when there's fucking one? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? They're really gonna sit here me and tell me that that's the swamp troll. For this entire area, there's one. Some bullshit. Can I open this? No. I've never been in there. How do you get in here? Slow door? Yep. I guess just another early place to kill some orcs. I think I've killed all orc types now in mass. I think. Kill everything around me. Go after this son of a bitch. What's up here? A lot of berserkers. Down. I still do not understand when it matters. Nothing back here. I guess there's the one way up. I don't know if that's anything, but might as well check. Alright, you get a warlord up here. Gotcha, bitch. Nice little bed. Okay. Got this done. I guess I haven't been whatever that is. I can't believe there's only one swamp troll in this whole area. I don't know where I'm going, I just know I'm going down here. So I've been up there, right? Yeah. Oh, I've been here now. Okay. Down there, yeah. Okay, that is this quarter. There's one swamp troll. I don't know if you can legally say that there are swamp trolls here in the encyclopedia when there's one. That's some bullshit. But okay. Alright, well that was disappointing. One fucking swamp troll. Get the fuck out of here. Why do I only have 100? How much does this weigh? 600? Shoot. Okay, let's do that. I think the maps don't sell for shit, but might as well put them in. Which? I guess I got a little bit of money on me. 70 potions. I think the bank was over here. So I still need to go to the swamp trolls. It said that there was more in the foreign quarter, but there was one. So disappointing. I still feel like I have a lot less space than I normally do. How much is this way? 45? That's not too bad. I'm keeping 290, 9, 10. Yeah. I guess it's the potions. Okay, so where... Swamp trolls. Green Claw Swamp. Where is the Green Claw Swamp? I would guess like over here. Okay. Like Night Villa, I can maybe explore. I think it takes a key to get in there. Okay. So is that the swamp? So where are you guys? Don't know. Okay. Swamp, Green Claw Swamp. Base underground Vinner, so then Port Hope Swamp. Khazard surroundings. Okay, so since there's multiple choices, I'm gonna do Tibia best place for swamp trolls. Because I know the two. Uh, da, 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 da. Trolls. Oh, he just happens to be the same level of me. So I guess let's try Port Hope. Because I know, I think it's north of Port Hope. I've seen the swamp trolls. Back to town, okay. So can I just say Port Hope? I'll just say Theus. We'll go over here. Sell. Port Hope. Yes. Okay. So now I believe it's north of town. Because I know I've explored there before and I've run by a lot of times while doing things in this area. So I think it's probably like around here. Maybe this one. Swamp trolls. Oh, there we go. Turns out I've labeled them, so that saves me some time. Okay. Oh, I've actually got a decent amount of experience just dicking around. Almost made a level. So the guy that I was talking to in Discord where he was trying to make money, apparently with the medicine pouches you can either sell them or open them or trade them and you get items out of it. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but we will see. Oh, I can't walk in there. What is this? Oh. I can't walk in the little house. So then I have no idea what's down there. So I guess I should have it inform me when a medicine pouch drops. Okay, so I've not been down here since I've redone the map. Exit. Oh. Gives me reason to explore. I'm not in a rush or anything. How long will it take me to do? It's going down a minute every kill. Okay, not every kill. Okay, so I know the exit is. Or not the exit, the next path down. I'm not really expecting anything to kill me in here. Though usually that's dangerous thinking. Considering there's like terror birds or whatever fuck shit down. I will do exit. So while this is happening, and nobody's in chat, I should watch some YouTube while I'm killing all this. Let's see. Nope, I thought it was the one near me. Don't give me no poison spiders. I'm going for swamp trolls. Cave of the Holy Crab. Alright. I assume there'll just be a crab. I killed the Holy Crab. Fuck you. So this seems like a place there'd be pickaxe, right? I guess I can go ahead and make pickaxe G. No? Okay. So just one singular crab. Nothing fancy. If you say so. I don't think I've gotten one medicine pouch. Let's watch some Gamers Nexus. Is that a swamp, or can I do anything in that? Nope, just swamp. This may be a little bit faster. Medicine pouch. Few and far between. Am I back near town? Son of a bitch. Gonna get lost down here. Gun smugglers, right? Smug. Yeah, I've killed a lot of smugglers. I'm not gonna break them out. It's showing something coming on my mic. I think it's maybe my little fan next to me that's occasionally coming through, but doesn't seem like it. There we go. Okay, so nothing down here. I mean, it's dry blow Port Hope, but wanted to explore since it took me from the swamp trolls. But so far, nothing. Where to now? I guess back down there. Did it come from up there? Ooh, what's all that? Oh, just in it for. So this just took me right next to town. Okay, back to the swamp trolls. Alright, I might as well get this part explored. Like, why don't... Why didn't I already have it? So what's in here? Is there just crocs? There's no pitfall or anything? A lot of crocs. I didn't see a place that maybe I could fall down. Normally you can tell a little bit. Man, I didn't realize the drop rate was seemingly this bad on swamp trolls. No medicine pouches so far? Maybe that's why they sell for, I think, a decent amount. It's maybe not worth my time killing these as much as I thought. Also, considering I already have the bestiary for them. Alright, let's see what's down here. Okay, while they gather around me. Exit. Oh, actually got a beholder. Or bone lord. So I'm not sure why they were changing that name. Was it like a legal thing? Because beholder was like a copyright or something? So I'm not used to them being bone lords. Even though arguably they've been bone lords longer than they were beholders. And I am not finding... Oh yeah, is this wood worth anything? I guess you can sell it. I don't think it's actually worth anything, but sure, I'll pick it up. Not a medicine pouch. How much are these selling for? This drop rate seems pretty atrocious. Do I even have any of these? Is there a way to see? Man, if these are all the swamp trolls, this is a... I mean, there's a lot, but it's kind of a disappointing farm. Or maybe it's not intended for knights to do it necessarily. And the drop... What the fuck is the drop? Semi-rare? I've found more rares than semi-rares. I have 3 of these and I've only found 1 so far. Oh, I got 2 at some point. Alright, it's evening out. Is this where we go back to... There's still some trolls here. And that started leading back to... Yeah, the town area. So I don't need to go back over there. Alright, I just want the trolls. Alright, so this is where it starts getting disappointing. But maybe there's more down here. Maybe there's 3 swamp trolls. Okay, so yeah, this is just bugs. I don't need to do any of that. So I'll just put X bugs, no trolls, back to town. Okay. So I wonder, so what was over here? See, on the map, I thought that would end up being a rope hole or something. Alright, let's change the video that I'm watching. Let's try hidden. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't think I ever actually tested anything to make sure they work. I don't know why they wouldn't work, but why not test it? So yeah, that works. Come over here. Alright, let's open that. Got them all. Alright, made some progress. Now it's evening out. So there's a Voltron thing apparently coming out. Finding a shit ton of fish. Sure, let's keep on taking this to where that's probably going to do fucking nothing. Let's relax the chair a little bit. Let's lean back. Oh, that's what I get. This seems to be the best room. Just maybe chill out and let them respawn. So let's chill in this room for a bit and see how it goes. $14 sells for $15. Alright, so they don't respawn as fast as I was hoping. I guess you could pay for it, right? Is this not one you can pay for? Dang. How'd you fish? Weighs almost the same as 20 dragon ham. I remember wanting to kill beholders specifically for the shield back in the day. Damn, I keep on finding wood. It probably doesn't sell for anything, but it's over the ground. Why not? I wonder how many I should save up and then who I need to turn them into. I assume I go to Venor and someone will tell me uh, who I talk to about it. Maybe I can ask around. Yeah, because it doesn't say. I don't even know. There's maybe a quest with it. I just don't know what it is. I've not spent too much time in Venor talking to the people. Let's see if we can gather some of these. Okay, no. So I don't need all the bugs. 8. Maybe I'll go get 10. And go find out who I need to talk to. And maybe there's a quest associated with it that I don't know of. Is this better? Well, actually, I'm in Port Hope. I wonder if this is the better camp for swamp trolls. It doesn't seem bad. But I don't know about the Green Claw Swamp, how good that is. I guess I'll go check there when I get 10 and see if it's any better. I wonder if there'd be like bots there or like free-to-play people. Though I can't imagine there's too many of those nowadays, but maybe. Yeah, they're not respawning as fast as I was hoping. Yeah, that was way less than before. So they're not spawning as fast as they used to be. Oh, did I even pick all that up? There we go. This can't possibly be worth it. I'm going to go back to town soon anyway. We're at 8. Maybe I'll start heading back up now. This does not seem to be worth it at a higher level. Maybe as you're trying to um, farm experience or something at a low level or get money. So I was hoping just to farm it myself, but maybe I could even buy it from people, though I do not have nearly the same amount of money as others. That's 9. Oh, I didn't know the source code for the Pokemon games got released. And people have already been modding those in forever, so I don't know how much it matters. Alright, well the 10th one came out pretty quickly, so I guess I can leave now. See what I can get for all these pouches. Alright. No, let's test. Go to Glenhaven. This. Okay. Did I never finished Terror Birds. I guess I can go south of town and do that while I'm here. This is the only bigger spawn I know of them. Might as well deposit stuff while I'm here as well. Like a lot of these fish. So that's fine. Okay. I'll deposit the little money I found so far too. Are you? You're probably the money guy. Damn, they dropped no gold. Yeah, I didn't find shit on that. What's down here? Just tarantulas? Oof. Okay, I don't need to fight those. Let's put that. Rats. Alright, let's get all this fogabore. Oh, hey. I wonder if I have all the dorks. We're going invisible, you sons of bitches. So, dork. Only Voodoo Master. I don't know if I want to fuck with the Voodoo Masters. It's a lot of pain just to get it resolved. Let's see what this says. Very far northeast. So it could be anywhere over here. Am I gonna die over here? I thought I've got all this before, but I guess not. Okay. Just to make sure. Okay, just to make sure. Okay, so this guy's a pain in the ass to kill. Oh. I look away for a fucking second. Okay. I could do this, I just don't want to waste tons of potions at the moment. Wanting more of a chill day. Larger guys. Throw it hard. I'll keep it for now. Ooh, what's in here? I see you, stairs. Terror bird's not even close to being on it. So I'm guessing that opens it. So I don't need a shovel. I need to. I thought I needed the shovel. Okay. Uh, trigger switch here. There has to be a path to fall down somewhere, right? I don't think it would be under one of these. Probably not. Alright, so I need to fall down. There has to be a hole somewhere closer. I thought that's what these meant. Maybe I need to fall in here, then explore all the way down. Okay, holes here, 2 dorks. Maybe switch. Goddamn, it all came back. Fuck. Alright, we just need to... going generally down. Oh, there it is. Boom, switch done. Fuck, is that it? That's it? I guess it's just a quick escape. What's the point of the switch? Oh, I was forced to come back down here, so might as well see if there's anything worthwhile. Exit. This is cool. Reminds me of like a Nox map or something. This is pretty cool. Get them before they go invisible. Does this actually sell? Probably not. Oh, can I even take it? Yeah, I can. But let's take it and test it out. I'm guessing it doesn't actually sell for that much. Bucket of blood, probably not. I'll take the slime for fun. That's probably the end of this. There's probably a quest here again that I just don't have. So I can't really think of what else would be all the way down here. Though it's also hard to remember that it's like, oh, hunting used to be hard in this game. Because everything was taken up at all times by a billion players. So a lot of these older places... Well, I don't remember when Port Hope came out. But a lot of hunting grounds were probably originally made with no quest in mind. It was just for cool enemies and places for players to spread out at. So I wonder if this is one of them. It doesn't seem like the dorks sell anything, even though they're probably arguably harder to kill than swamp trolls. Swamp trolls didn't really give shit the entire time I was fighting them. Well, I guess I got the 10 medicine bags that I put in the bank. I still need to go back and see what those are about, but figured I would come here first. Because I still don't understand what the hole's for. Like, what was the point of the switch in the hole? As like an escape? But then you happen to need like a machete to get out? Though you're always going to have a weapon on that you could just use it here to get out. So I don't really understand why. Like what? Like why? Like it's such a weird. I guess if you want to come in this way to bypass the things that you're going in to kill. I'm not entirely sure what the point of that path is. I didn't expect that one to die in one hit. Is that all that's in the corner? See, why is this not working? Oh, there, now it goes through. I played UO as well back in this generation. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one I played first, because if I recall correctly, Tibia actually came out a couple of months before the Ultima Online MMO officially came out. Like maybe one was like mid-year and UO came out at the end of the year. But Tibia came to market first, though obviously UO had all the single-player games associated with it. But I didn't get into UO till Blackthorn's Revenge, because that's when I was able to get my mom to pay the monthly fee to play the game. I personally like Tibia more than UO, but I also played Tibia first. So I would not be shocked if it follows the role of the first game of you that you play of a series is typically your favorite of that series, like the Mario Kart effect. Maybe even well, I typically only think of it with Mario Kart, but I guess like Mario Party works too. Like I think Nintendo games are usually prone to that. Of the first one you play, there's the more you like it. Does it? I know you're doing active and like what are those called? It's like scare quotes. At least I think that's what they're called. It's been forever since I played UO. The thing that originally got me out of it was well, first off, I eventually my mom didn't want to pay the monthly fee anymore. But the game, when I played it, it was just really hard to like the magic system where you needed regens to cast magic. I was in the forest collecting all this shit forever to cast like a couple spells, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'm going back to the forest. So what I ended up doing, and again, I can only speak to Blackthorn's Revenge, which I do have the statue of that somewhere. I don't know where I would have put it, but I do have Blackthorn statue somewhere in my place. Uh, I ended up getting a mule or a camel, going to whatever area, and then just mining forever. Some guy put a order in for like a whole bunch of weapons and armor. Uh, I did his order. He gave me a ton of money. I bought a boat, then I just went selling. I found some gorilla island that I tamed some gorillas on, and then they all fought each other, and that was cool. And then I think I died, and you had to do like spirit talking to find somebody to revive you or some bullshit. Then that might have been around the time I quit. I was like, I don't know if this game is for me, type situation. I don't want to fight these. Uh, yeah, UO recently started a like an official new server type thing. Like then there was like a kerfuffle on they're going to ban people that use the uh, technically cheating. Oh, nah, that's where I was already been. The technically cheating like custom clients and stuff like that, which I agree with. But then that means they should go back and update their own client with all the like quality of life features, whatever they may be. I don't actually know what they added. I imagine it's probably not too dissimilar to the RuneScape things, which I also don't know anything about RuneScape, but people seem to use like Rune Light launchers or like different launchers to show you when things are spawning or events are happening. At least that's my general understanding of it. I don't think Tibia has any secondary clients, though I'm also not going on my way looking them up, figuring it out. I think I would have liked UO more if I had a big group to play with. Because then like some of the re-get hunting for spells would have been offloaded to other players. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I technically follow. I should probably also make chat that comes up in the game bigger than the bottom right, but I have to change the like resolution of that. I only played RuneScape in like middle school, and I played it for a good amount of time. That's why it sold it for us, having friends and collaborating with such. Yeah, Because it was only my brother, because my brother and I both like, uh, made the deal with my mom of like, hey, this game costs a monthly fee, but we'll do chores or whatever we need. It's like, I think even back then it was 15 a month. That's my memory, but maybe it was like 12 something or 13 something. But my memory was 15 a month even in 2004. Uh, but she paid that then, but we played on the same account, so we couldn't play together. I distinctly remember being at my dad's house wanting to play, and then more than one person obviously couldn't log onto the account. So I kept on calling my house's number to kick my brother off of the internet because we had dial up. And then when my call eventually came through, I was able to log onto the game so he wouldn't be able to log back on and I would be able to play. That was a fun time. Something that I don't think you can necessarily do nowadays, but most people play games now, so it's not too big of a stretch to. I mean, I don't have kids, but it's not that big of a deal to pay $15. Uh, like maybe it would be more questionable territory if any game had like the balls to charge. Yeah, old man stories. Uh, if any dev ever had the balls to charge like whatever inflation of $15 would be, like 30, I'm going to guess 30, 35, $40. I'm not an economist. Economist? That sounds wrong. Economist. Uh, but then, like, I could see parents that don't know about games being like, I'm not going to pay 40 a month to do this bullshit when like Netflix and everything else is still pretty cheap. Oh, but yeah, if you've never played this game before, some quick things that I think are cool about it. They've done a lot of things since then. The world's really big. So when I played, yeah, that lines up for me too. I don't know what inflation actually is, but in my mind, it's like typically whatever it was. Actually, maybe that's too high from 2004 to now. But the last year or two, inflation's been kind of a bitch. But in my mind, I usually think, okay, old cost, just double it, and I think it usually lines up. But that might be more true if you go to like the 80s and not necessarily the 2000s. But I think it works. Uh, but when I originally played this game in 2004, this landmass, which is like the main landmass that like non-subscribers can go on for the most part. This is all I ever played, and really, when I played for like a year or two. I only ever really explored like this area, some of this area over here in Vinor, and a little bit of Theus. Like I never really came down here, even though it's right next to the town. You have a whole, they call it an orc fortress right here, which is just a big old castle full of orcs. Uh, because I only ever got to level 20 when I did it. And what could happen back in the day? Yes, arguably there still is in this game, but in Tibia there's no max level, which is I think one of the other things that kind of sold people on it at the time. Even though from my understanding Tibia never got really big in the US, it was more big in places like Brazil and that side of the world. I don't know why, but if it's the same reason a lot of free-to-play games were popular over in Brazil, it's because they have a poor economy or currency. So people could play this game for free, like gold sell basically, and then make a higher profit playing this game than they could doing a job over there. That's my general understanding why there's a lot of botters, is it's typically people where it's better for them economically to play the game, farm gold, sell the gold to people in the US, and then you make a livable wage. But anyway, the game didn't get as big in America, I believe. Came out, and then just maybe they liked the art style more. I'm not sure why, considering this was free, even though they heavily encouraged the premium for a lot of pretty restrictive reasons. But in this game, this is more, I think, a fun, interesting relic of the game, though you can't really do this anymore. So when I've always played a knight in this game. Garland City has always been my main city. I don't know why. It was the first city I went to when I left this, Tutorial Island, and I just like it. So I was in this building right here looking for a fire sword because I needed a fire sword because it was the next upgrade for me. And this game has the progression's all out of whack now with how many swords there are and all that. But it used to be relatively good. Hey, for you to get a fire sword, you have to kill a dragon or do this quest to get it, which requires you to kill a whole bunch of hard monsters. But the people that first did that quest didn't have good gear, so you actually had to go through the progression of you have shitty gear, you go through the trials and tribulations of the quest to get the good gear, and now those players are killing the monsters with the good gear that drop the gear so they can feed that new gear in the economy. It was pretty cool. And everything in the game can be traded, which I think used to be the case. I want to say World of Warcraft fucked that up, but maybe Blizzard's not to blame for the bound on account or bound on character bullshit. But that stuff annoys me. Anyway, so this is the bank, the depot in Carlin. I was in this little spot over here looking at my inventory, and there didn't used to be an auction house in this game, so you had to do all trading player to player. So I was like, hey, I'm looking to buy a fire sword. I have 500 gold or 1,000 gold or something. And somebody in the chat was like, hey, I'm in Vinor City. How about you come over here and I'll sell it to you for 300 gold? And I was like, hot damn. That is a good deal. I'm going to go walk all the way over here. And one thing to know about Tibia is mounts didn't used to be in it. The mounts give you a relatively small speed boost, but every time you level up in this game, you get slightly faster. So a level 8 moves very slowly compared to I'm level 104. So it takes a long time at the beginning of the game to walk. And new players generally can't use the fast travel, so you have to walk everywhere. And walking to Carlin to Vinor could take 10, 15 minutes, something like that. It's a long walk for a low level. So I was like, okay, I'll make the walk over there. You're giving me a discount on this sword. Cool. So I walk all the way over here. I go through these mountains. And it's a safe walk. There's no real enemies that are of any consequence as long as you stay on the road. If you veer off the road at any given point, at level 8 or to 10 to 20, there's a good chance you're going to die if you don't know where it is everywhere. So you have to follow the road for the most part. If you got too close, let's say you're going down here to get here and you walk up one of these, there's a hunter there that's an archer that's going to one-shot you. Anyway, so this is a long stretch from here to the town. And there's a desert over here. Or maybe it's the Plains of Havoc. I think it's the Plains of Havoc. Giant spiders spawn here, which are a hard creature to kill. that most classes can't kill back in the day, I think, until like you grouped up around level 20, or maybe you were level 30, 40 plus, and then you could kill them with relative ease. So you're probably seeing where this is going. Because this has been in all MMOs, but this is the first one I had it happen in. Somebody lured a giant spider, or a group of people lured a giant spider all the way up here, and you can get on these rocks. Maybe it's these rocks. So I'm walking this path, and then, oh, a giant spider comes up and one-shots me. So I lose, because, well, I'll tell you in a second. So I lose all my gold, I lose all my gear, I drop my backpack, so I lost everything. And then, like, I die, like, I think right here. And I just see, like, a group of 3 or 4 players on the rock up there that's just waiting for them to lure people to the city with, like, good trades and shit. To have them killed so they can take all their stuff on their body. It was devious. Because it was the first time I ever heard about it, because it's not... Maybe it was common knowledge, but not to me. So I think I quit the game for like a year after that. Because when you die in this, you lose experience, you lose skills. You have a chance to lose each piece of gear that you have on you. And you always drop your backpack. So like everything that you've picked up, all your gold in your backpack, all your items. Yeah. And what you used to be able to do as well, on top of luring enemies, there are holes in the ground, which you might have seen me go in, where you use a rope to climb out of holes. In caves or dungeons in this game go further down, and the further down you go, the harder enemies get. You used to be able to lure a monster at the rope point, pull them up out of the hole, so you could take like a demon or something at the very, like, let's say basically hell, and you used to be able to rope them all the way up to the base level of the world and just let them fucking go on a rampage and slaughter people. Not too different than things that happens in like World of Warcraft to this day. Like hardcore World of Warcraft, it still happens all the time. Though I think Blizzard's changed it where there's a leash. And the devs of this game, I think you can only rope things up 1 or 2 levels now. And creatures do eventually tether back to where they spawned. So you can't do that as much in this game anymore. But it was just like a cool relic of this game and just MMOs in general. Though anytime anybody ever makes an MMO, if people can inconvenience other players, they will do it immediately. So there was a limited version of it at EverQuest, but WoW was the first binding of items thing. Yeah. I feel like Blizzard really loved doing that bullshit. Then they did it in World of they did it in World of Warcraft, then they brought it over to Diablo 3, and then it's been in every game since then. Because Diablo 2 had no binding. And it was a better game, and is still the best Diablo game. Yeah. And I played on a PvP server back then as well. So I played on open PvP. And there's a skull system not too dissimilar to how I recall the EverQuest has. There are like 3 or 4 skulls. Like red means you're a murderer. Like white means like you've done an injustice, but you haven't gone on a rampage or something like that. Oh, and you can own houses in this game. Which I say only because I feel like most modern MMOs have gotten away from like the in-world houses. But since this is the town, like some of these are like NPC shops, but like each of these are stalls that you can own. So I used to own this stall back in the day, and I sold meat because I was lower level. And I farmed like bears to get meat to sell to people. There was a Red Skull player that did not speak English, but he was Red Skull, which I believe back then meant like you just murder people. So I had an uneasy alliance with that guy because I sold him. I think I gave him meat for free, and he never killed me. So it's like if I ever sell him in the open world, he didn't kill me, and I had a free pass. It was really fucking cool. Uh, I can't imagine that would ever happen nowadays because things are just easier to come by in the game. So you don't need like players. Like food is a non-issue in the game. Maybe it was even a non-issue back then, but he bought it for a reason. I don't know why. Maybe because it was just annoying to go farm that much meat. It is. It is. Like now in this game, the magic for me is, even though I've played it for so long, uh, most of it's been off more than on of me coming back to the game. Is just exploring. Like there's still so much of this that I've never seen. Like I almost died the other day doing a quest, like shit like that. Some players might die because they fell into a pitfall and then they're dead. But I almost died the other day because I was doing a quest I didn't know about, and I literally got ambushed by warlocks or wizards that I've never seen before, and they almost killed me. There are 4 classes. There's Knight, Paladin, Druid, Sorcerer, or Sorceress. Knight is what I'm playing. You're melee focused, like nothing special about the Knight. The Knight gets higher carrying capacity, higher max life, lower mana. Yes, it is. Because I was probably like 14 to 16 when I played this, 12 to 16, somewhere in there. Knight has higher life, higher physical damage, trains easier in shielding and swords, maces, clubs. Let's see, axes. I only use swords, so fist, club, sword, axe. Druid and Source are basically the same in a lot of ways. They train higher in magic, have lower life, have higher magic skill, or magic mana, but have lower capacity so they can't carry as much. But the Druid is better healing and like ice and earth magic, while the Source has generally higher damage, death, and I think fire magic. And the Paladin is sort of in between. But the Paladin's main weapon is a bow. So they're shooting like a bow, crossbow, or spear. So the Paladin is the ranged class. And they do have holy magic. To some extent. I don't know. I've never leveled a Paladin that high. I've never leveled anybody past like level 20 to 30 other than the Knight. There are no professions in the game, though. So there's like no blacksmithing, no cooking. Well, there is, like, you can cook in the game, but there's not a skill. And it's almost worthless. Like some quests will be like, you need to cook a cake or something for this quest, but there's no skills in the game other than combat-focused things, which are these right here. Other than, I guess, fishing. Yeah, the bow for paladins always surprises people. It is a thing I've not seen outside of this game. Like, I'm sure there's another game that has maybe done it. But, yeah, paladins use, like, arrows, and a lot of their magic is within the arrows, I believe. Because there's, like, fire arrows, lightning arrows, earth. I think there's holy. There's, like, explosion arrows. That's, like, a little bomb that goes off that does AoE damage. I have one of each class, but I've never really played them. I used to make money, which you can't do this anymore, really. I used to basically idle on my druid. Oh, well, I was about to say this, but I also have not explained this. Uh, damn it. The druid and source can innately use magic. Like they know the spell to use magic. Let me open my spell book. So like these are all my spells. Druids and sorcerers innately know magic. So like they can use like a fire spell. But there's also other spells that they have that lets them imbue a ruin with that magic. So they can imbue the ruin with that magic that allows other classes to use their magic. Like, as a knight, I can use a handful of their spells as a ruin that's a consumable item. But it won't be as strong because I don't have a high magic spell because I'm a knight. So I can use basic magic like Great Fireballs, which does like AoE fire damage, which would be useful for areas like where I'm at, where I'm fighting low-level enemies, but there's a lot of them. So instead of me killing each one slowly with my melee weapon, I could just use a giant fireball to kill them instead. Because some of the fights later in the game, there might be a couple strong enemies, but there'll be a lot of weak enemies to like just body block you so you can't move around and escape. Because if you're fighting against, like, let's say 50 of these assholes that you kill in one hit, but you're being chased by something that does a lot of damage, you're probably going to die because you're being blocked. So having some of those ruins can be useful to just bombard the enemy to clear like waves of enemies. Not too dissimilar from like ads coming into bosses. You just want to kill the ad so you can focus on the main thing. That being said, this is what they call it, the bosstuary. I've only ever seen 2 bosses in this game. There are 36 pages of different bosses. I've only ever seen 2 of them. And these are the base enemies. Now there are still some that looks like a dragon of some kind. I've not seen half the fish people or fish enemies in the game. There's a bunch of what do they call it? Magical enemies that I've never seen. Yeah. So I know there's people that only focus on killing bosses because I'm guessing they drop higher level things. And there's the star system. Once you have the mastery level, you receive an additional 25% loot. So, okay, so you farm a boss, eventually you master the boss, and you get better loot from them. I didn't know that. Because I've only ever seen I don't even remember killing Diseased Dan. I probably fought him and didn't know he was a boss, and I was like, man, why is this guy killing me? The ruin, as the caster creating it, you know the spell forever. You just have to hold the ruin, or you used to have to put it in your hand, but now it can be in your bag. But as the person using the ruin, you can only use it while the ruin has charges. So like one ruin might have like 20 charges, 40 charges, 50 charges, something like that. There used to be a high market for it, and there might still be, but I imagine by now most people that play this game religiously probably have one of each class where they're buying their own stuff, or they're probably honestly killing those bosses, getting all the boss loot, selling it for a shit ton of money, then just buying the runes from other people. Somebody's making them maybe, but I don't know. But again, there's no level cap in this game. So I'm level 104 playing normally. I'm not power gaming or anything. But there are people in the thousands. So the devs keep on making stuff for those people to kill and new items for those people to kill. There's a sudden rise in Jin population in Kazil. I don't know what Kazil is. So like there's a raid going on. I think Kazil is over here. So there's Kazil Mountains. I don't know what Kazil is. So maybe there's some Jin to kill in whatever this place is, because I don't think I've ever been whatever in here. But yeah, poor Dan. I wish I remembered how I killed him or where. I can take a guess where. I don't know how to get to it. Where's Yellahar? I probably killed Dan somewhere over here, but I'm not sure. Yes. I wonder how easily I can bring this up. Let me see. Let me open Discord real quick. Actually, I'll be able just to link it. Because I actually took a clip of me almost dying. Let's see. So this happened to me, I think 2 days ago. Oh, YouTube links are so weird. Ah, dang it. Notepad. Fuck. Come on, Discord. Discord's making me copy the entire thing. There we go. So hopefully that... Okay, yeah, so I was doing a quest that I've never done before. And I did have to look up some things on the quest, though I try my best not to. But I did not look up what I'm fighting or anything like that, other than the quest is called like the Banshee quest or something like that. So I was like, okay, I'll go. I'm gonna go talk to a Banshee to get a dress. And I came across that spot in the cave, and I got ambushed and almost died. I ended up posting it on the Reddit because things like this, it's the first time I've ever run into it. But that clip is one of the many scenarios in this game that anybody that's played this game for a long time, I would say 100% have run into that situation, that exact situation, that people get a kick out of seeing somebody else finding it for the first time. It's like like I love the movie The Game. So anytime I meet somebody, if I can introduce and watch that movie with them, it's a cool moment. There's another giant spider that kills people. Yeah. It's two, I think they're warlocks. I think they're called warlocks. I've never fought a warlock before that I can remember. I can't kill them. I could probably kill one at a time. I think the ones in that cave I could have eventually killed, but it would have taken so many potions to kill them. And if I did kill them and I keep on going, what are the odds more come and I die, or a harder enemy shows up? I didn't want to take the chance. So I ended up just leaving. I'm like, I'll come back and do this another time. So, like, yeah, stuff like that happens. Oh, this is how you deposit your money in the bank. You have to talk to the guy and tell him you want to deposit all your money. But speaking of which, near Carlin. Yeah, they spawned as soon as I walked, I think, on the pressure plates, which is like the trigger. Uh, if I was paying attention, I probably could have been more prepared for it, being like, okay, there's pressure plates here. If I step on this, something will probably happen. But I just walked through like a dope and almost died. And that happened in the Ghostlands as well. One of the first times I ever died to what I would call like the devs like fucking you over is somewhere in here. I can probably find it. Yeah, here. So this is a little cave that you go in. When you walk down these stairs, you end up here. A gate. So typically in all this game, every single stairs that I've walked up and down, you can do it no problem. You can always go back and forth. A gate closes behind you right here, and there's a giant spider right here waiting for you. Most people die to this spider. There is a stairs behind him that you can go down to escape, but in the moment, the thought process is, oh, if I run, I'm probably going to die even more. So a lot of people have died to this giant spider because everything you're fighting before this is relatively easy, all things considered. So I've died like in 2004 to a giant spider here, which is a common shared experience most people that play Tibia have. Which is just like a cool... I think that's what makes MMOs fun, are the shared experiences. Or if they didn't die, they probably know what you're talking about. Like Dark Souls. Everybody that's played Dark Souls has almost the same exact experience. They maybe didn't die to something that you died to, but they know what you're talking about when you talk about it. And so this and then the clip I sent with the Warlocks are the shared experiences. It is hard for new games to get that because I think it takes a very... oh yeah, MMOs, even more so in MMOs I agree with. I think it's because MMOs... for better or worse, have gone away from being overly challenging, or at least having the death penalty be as excruciating as this was back in the day. But that's what made World of Warcraft so popular, even to me, is I played this forever. The death penalty back in the day, if I died in this game, I would quit for like months. Because you would lose levels. You would lose days, weeks, hours worth of grinding. Because the world was a lot smaller back then, and there were a lot of people playing. So, like, the hunting grounds were more compact. So, like, you could be hunting, like, let's say 50 enemies, but if there are 20 people there, you're getting maybe a couple hundred experience an hour, a minute, unless you knew the places to go. But nobody was telling you where the good farming places was because they didn't want to give up their spot. But I think the game needs to be punishing to be memorable, to have shared experiences. But a lot of people went away from that to play World of Warcraft because it was the easier thing. Like EverQuest was really popular, EverQuest 2 was really popular, but not nearly the same popularity as World of Warcraft. Because you got like disenfranchised people like me, that's like, well, I don't want to play these games because I know when I die I'm going to quit for like a year. Yes. Yeah, and I think a good this is maybe not a good example of that, but it's one that comes to mind when I think of theme park versus sandbox games. is there's a game I was following for like a decade or two that I finally played a couple months ago called Zion. I think the name now is like Zion Prelude, and I've been following this game forever. But it was only one guy making it, uh, small dev, and I was like, okay, I want to play it when it's done. It's one guy, so it never got like quote unquote done. I went and played it. Really hard to get into because there's a lot of things. It's like this is obviously one dude made, but the point being is it's a sandbox game where it's literally get into the game, do whatever you want, get your skills up, like build a house, like just have fun. I don't thrive in sandbox games like that. Like I need some form of goal, no matter what it is. And I think I talked to the dev, or I left a review for the dev, and he replied, and I was like, you have all these tools, and I can do. Like you're dropping me into your world saying like, hey, go have fun. But I don't know what fun is in this game. I need to know. It's why modern games, like single player games, have. If you've ever followed Giant Bomb, Vinny Caravella coined the term abilities, where you start a game out with all the skills and abilities or whatever, then they kill you. I think Wukong did this. Like you start as like the level 100 character, but then you die or something happens, and then you start back fresh, and you have to regain everything that you lost. Games do that so you can see what you're working towards. A purely sandbox game, I think, needs something like that. You need to be able to see why you're doing what you're doing, because having fun for the sake of fun doesn't last long. Like even Minecraft found that out, because Minecraft eventually was pure sandbox, you having fun for the sake of fun, and that did last a good amount of time, but eventually it was like, all right, we have to add some kind of story in here, some kind of MacGuffin to get people to go along. Yeah, which was basically my feedback to him, is like you're telling me to go do things and explore, but I don't know the, like, I hate this term, but I don't know the possibility space. I don't know what's possible in your game because it's your game. This isn't the game from Community where you can do everything. Like I need some kind of guidance. Even with it, I don't think the game would have been for me, but a good group of people, like I think a small niche group of people still keep that game alive. Unless that guy's burning money left and right, but obviously I don't know what his server costs are or anything like that. But the game has been up and playable forever. That being said, if people do like sandbox games, I would suggest looking Zion Prelude up on Steam, just to see if it's your kind of game and support a single dev guy. But the game was rough, and hopefully he's able to fix some of the rough edges for new players to come along. Though a better example of that, which I keep on meaning to go back to this game, but playing it solo is rough, and I want a little bit more hand-holding, but maybe honestly I should do what I should do in Tibia, just follow the fucking quests. Because eventually it becomes like a Fallout New Vegas situation, where you get into the open world and you just do fucking everything else other than the main quest, and then you're like, well, I'm bored. Like, I've done everything in this game. I don't want to play it anymore, and you haven't even touched the story. But Project Gorgon is an MMO being made by a husband and wife from Lineage 2. I believe they were devs on Lineage 2, then they started making a game years and years ago called Project Gorgon. That's a fucking badass game. Like, does have a good story, is sandbox-ish. has really cool spells and abilities, but the graphics are subpar for what you would expect of an MMO nowadays. The world is cut up in chunks, not too dissimilar from, let's say, Guild Wars 1, where you have the town in like the surrounding area, then you're loading into another chunk. It's still like an MMO where it's loading all the players, but it's not a seamless open world. Which I guess, to be fair, most MMOs nowadays are not that. Like World of Warcraft, I feel like maybe set an unfair bar. But even nowadays, I'm like, dude, World of Warcraft came out a long time ago. Why can MMOs still not do this? But I'm not a dev, so I don't know the reason behind it other than I'm disappointed about it. I guess they're not instances, but they are like... one of the first areas you go to is called like... I'm not going to know how to say it. It's like Serble or something like that. So like you have the Serble... So it would be like if Southern Dharma was its own zone. So like this is one zone that you load into, then there's a door that leads to the next zone or a door that leads to this zone, and then you go through a loading screen to load into it. So it's still an MMO that anybody in the zone, you're seeing all the players in the zone, but as soon as you change zones, you're loading into another zone. But it's not instance per se. I guess when I think instance, I think Guild Wars, where it's your own personal instance. But it's its own discrete area that has to load. So it's not a seamless open world. It's been a long time since I've played EverQuest, but I believe so. Though they don't do what EverQuest 2 did, which where they had like the layering, where you're like, here's town 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're like, well, fuck, now I'm never seeing my party. Like, hey, John, are you in instance 1 or 37? That's always annoying. But yes, basically. But it's Project Gorgon. I really hope eventually that game is able to become more than the sum of its parts type thing. Because it's oh man, like they've added so much to that game that's just like more in line when I think, and I used this example earlier, but I don't know if it's a commonly known thing, but the thing in Community where I think it's Abed makes that one like MMO where you can do anything in the world that you want, and then like it ends up becoming like more of an animated episode. Project Gorgon's basically that in a lot of ways on what the devs have done to it. Like every so often they'll have an event in the game called like a poetry jam that will be done in the main town. All the devs will be there. Like I think the husband and the wife are usually there, the creators of the game. Almost everybody that's playing in the game is there. They add colored lighting to the like tavern. And then they put a, what do you call it? Like a lectern? Like a podium? So any player in the game can walk up to it, and then you can create your own poetry. Like, you can free type whatever you want as poetry. Everybody in the area will get the prompt on their screen being like, hey, this is this person's poetry. Judge it. So you judge it as, like, good or bad. Everybody judging it levels up their poetry judging skill or something like that. That gives you real like in-game bonuses and benefits that's worth leveling up. So it encourages you to take part in the poetry jam. And the person submitting poetry also get rewards in their own like poetry skill for outputting their poetry to be judged. Like there's so many weird skills in the game like that that just add flavor to the world and context to it. And you can mix and match classes, similar to like what Arcade did, and I'm sure other games have done. So like my character, real original, but I wanted to be an animal tamer archer, so I took animal taming and archery. But you could take like animal taming, like shield, animal taming dagger, animal taming necromancer, and stuff like that. And like it doesn't make like, at least if memory serves, it doesn't make a unique class. Kind of like how in Arcade, if you took like cleric and warrior, you become like a warden or something like that. It was just, hey, these are the two skills you chose. This is what you have. And then your spell bar would accommodate for that. And like you can now learn how to tame like rats and panthers, and I think that's as far as I got, was learning how to tame rats and like cats. Somebody did a lottery system because you can do like you can put a lottery box like in town, and people can pay money to, well, I guess it's a raffle. People can pay money to enter the raffle. So the person holding the raffle makes money, presumably, and you get to win something. So like I won like a wasp pet that somebody was doing a raffle for. So I'm like, dude, I'm like level 20 or something, and now I have a wasp. I don't even know where the wasp came from or anything, and it didn't seem to be amazing, but it was just a cool flavor to the game that I was able to win this pet from another player. Especially, again, coming from World of Warcraft, where everything's so locked down. Other than like BOE, like rares that you would find in raids or something that sold for like 500,000 gold. Like that kind of bullshit. But Project Gorgon is a really badass, interesting game. But it's slightly hard to get into just from playing other games. I hope so. I hope stuff like that is where, but like I imagine it's hard to do. Because Project Gorgon's has been made for a while, but because how the game looks, because it's not a pretty looking game, but from how the game looks and how it like loads, so it's not open world, I imagine that makes like the cost of art and things substantially less than if you're trying to make a really pretty game. That you're able to do more cool things with it. Or maybe they're just better devs than like World of Warcraft devs are too fucking focused on trying to balance separately PvP, PvE, that a lot of dev time goes to that bullshit instead of doing cool things. I could bitch about World of Warcraft stuff forever. And I only play like every other expansion or every other expansion. But I didn't, Neverwinter Night Online. I ended up not really enjoying that game too much, but I think they ended up adding, this is maybe not necessarily what you meant by community-driven content, but I think they ended up adding a system in the game where players could like make their own quests, and then players could load into the quests and do stuff like that. Okay, yeah, you said building tool sets for their players. So I think that's sort of what Neverwinter Nights did. I quit it around the time that was getting popular, so I can't speak too much on how good or bad it was, other than I just got burnt out on the game itself. Yeah. Yeah. And I heard some people really like Neverwinter Nights. Like I think I would have to rewatch his video to remember exactly what made him break it, but I think Josh Strife Hayes had a video where he really talked about liking Neverwinter Nights back in the day. Monsters and Memories. Why does that sound familiar? Let me look that up. Oh, Monsters and Memories. Is it a song? But no, I am seeing the game, but is that a song as well? But okay. Monsters and Memories. I've not heard about this. Though this is giving me fuck, what was the name of that game? There was an MMO that came out where you killed. Was it called like Fracture? Let me look up to make sure that's the name, but I think that was the name. Fractured Online. Okay, never mind. For some reason, it's giving me a vibe of Fractured Online, but now that I'm looking at Fractured Online, I really wanted to like, but the devs and moderators pissed me off because I suggested a whole bunch of things that I think would make the game better. Some of the moderators on the official forums were really dicks to me, telling me that if they did my ideas, it would be a bad idea, blah, 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 blah. The game sort of failed, and then they introduced a lot of the... I'm sure I didn't give them the ideas, but they introduced a lot of the ideas I suggested that their own moderators really shit on me about. Then, like, a year later, they finally introduced the things I said would make the game better. But anyway, yeah, man, they made me mad. But Fractured Online had, no, I'm going to look at Monster Memory, but Fractured Online had a really cool concept of the more you killed specific enemies, you could learn the spells that they used on you. So, like, if you kept on killing spiders, for example, you would learn a, like, spider web skill. Or if you kept on killing an assassin character, you would learn, like, a backstab skill and stuff like that. It had really neat ideas, but I think they were focusing too much on end game and not the early game, making the game good. The fucking, like, meta player situation that all MMOs tend to do, and I don't understand. And they had some other dumb decisions I guess I don't need to go into. Let's see, Monsters and Memories. It was a really neat idea. I really liked it. It's the same thing of like I'll use Dark Souls as an example again, because Dark Souls, if memory serves, was pretty good at this. Maybe Elden Ring was better at it. But any game, it's like, oh, if I see the enemy and they have a helmet on, if I kill them, that helmet should have a chance to drop. Or if I see somebody with cool armor, the armor that they have on should have a chance to drop. I think Dark Souls eventually did that to some extent. If it wasn't there at the beginning, I think they eventually did that. Oh, fuck. What was the other... So the more... I wonder if Monsters and Memories... There was another MMO that came out that was also subscription-based, which it seems like Monsters and Memories is going to be sub-based, which I like. I don't know if it's optional, but I saw somewhere that it was sub-based. There was another MMO that tried coming out a year or two ago where their selling point was like, hey, groups matter again. So you're going to need a group to like kill this giant rat or something like that. But it ended up not doing well, I think, because it was maybe too slow. I'm just going to Google MMO where you need to team up to kill a rat. What was the name of that MMO? Well, I looked that up and Project Gorgon came up, but that's not right. Uh, fuck. I think it came out this year. Let's look this up. Yeah, which it's a thing that I want. There's going to be a lot of like theoreticals in this. I theoretically want an MMO that does that, but at the same time, I'm saying that right now as a single guy living by myself. When I was not single, I don't know if I would want a very slow MMO where you're spending like Tibia time to level up. I mean, better if you found a significant other that wants to play the MMO with you. That's ideal. Uh, but I've yet to find that happen. Usually I'm the one making the decision of like, all right, I'll play Wizards 101 with you because it's the game you grew up playing, so I'll play that type thing. Okay, I was going to monsters. But I do want a game. Oh, but what I was originally going to say is I think where MMOs usually fail is they end up to some extent catering to like quote unquote no lifers. Because like I can play a game for 8 hours a day when I work from home and stuff like that. So like technically I am a no lifer in those circumstances, but I'm not a like is there a term that's like more digging at no lifers? Like a no lifer like scourge or something like that? Like a no lifer like metagamer. Like I can no life an MMO, but I'm not a metagamer to any extent. So I think it's metagamers that ruin all MMOs. If we did not have metagaming, World of Warcraft would be a way better MMO. Because there wouldn't be damage meter add-ons. There wouldn't be people kicking you out of the group if you don't meet a certain threshold of damage. You wouldn't be getting fucking cussed at in private messages after a Valorant match because you made somebody lose. Like those kinds of players are the ones ruining, I think, all online games. Yes, it is the people that played Space Marine 2 when it came out, and then after a week said that the devs sucked because they haven't released more content and the game's going to die because they're slow on releasing content. It's like the Fortnitification of games, where this new generation, or I think it's a new generation, expect devs to have like the Fortnite style. Like even the Fortnite devs can barely keep up with that cadence, and I think they've slowed down to some extent, but I don't play the game. But like, it's so wild to see. People churn through content. Yeah, like you said, they churn through the content. Because me and my friend, we churned through the Space Marine 2 content. Then it was like, okay, roadmap says they're going to add new stuff. Like by the end of the year, we will play Baldur's Gate 3 until then. We will play Heroes of the... Like, you can play another game. I think didn't the main dev of like the Final Fantasy MMO be like, hey, you guys can quit our MMO. You're done with the content? Fucking quit. Go live your life. Come back when something new releases. But yeah, that stuff irks me to no end. Uh, I hate those people. I think they ruin games. And probably TV shows to some extent, but I'm not in those corners of the internet watching people complain that like The Walking Dead is taking too long to release a new season, or like I don't know, whatever they're doing. My favorite is when people call a single player game dead because nobody's watching it on Twitch, or the Steam charts are low. Like a new game will come out. Like I think Space Marine 2, people beat it, and then the dumbasses are like, "Game's dead." I'm like, yeah, these people played the game for the story. Not everybody plays online. Yeah, same. Uh, granted, I guess technically I got Space Marine 2 for free for buying a new processor, but yeah, that should be how it works. You literally have 2 hours to return a game if you don't like it. If somebody bought the game, likes it, fuck off. Like, just come back. Yes. I think that's also what I'm attributing to the new generation of ruining games. Maybe ruining games is too far, but at least like stressing game devs out more in putting like high expectation on all games, is games are seemingly not allowed to be strictly single player games. I guess outside of AAA games, because nobody's expecting that. Like the new, well, not new anymore, but when the new phase of God of War came out, that was refreshing to see. Same general thing as Elden Ring, even though I didn't think Elden Ring was as good as everybody else. It was like, oh, it's a game that has co-op elements, which I like, but there's no DLC, there's no bullshit you can buy, nobody's expecting anything more. And yes, Baldur's Gate 3 is also a very good example of, we released a like relatively complete game and we're not going to nickel and dime you. I didn't get to Act 3 in Baldur's Gate 3 till after like a year, just because me and my friends played other things. But I heard Act 3 was kind of fucked. So relatively complete game. But the game, nevertheless, was a award-winning, well-liked game. Why does that always close? I personally think Divinity Original Sin 2 is a better game, like from gameplay mechanics, but the stories for characters within Baldur's Gate 3 I liked more. Specifically Shadowheart's story. I didn't really care too much about the other people's. I don't understand why everybody loves Asterion. Wasn't my kind of guy, but I've not done his story, so maybe I would learn to find out why people loved him. So did you beat Baldur's Gate 3 and did you play with Asterion? Yes, the first Original Sin was fucking awesome. Second was really good too, but So I backed the Kickstarter for Original Sin 2, and they sent a poll out or whatever of like, hey, what class would you like to see? And they give you a couple choices between like Conjurer, Trap Master, and blah 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 blah. I voted for Trap Master because why is it every game Larian releases, there are traps in the game, but you can't set traps. So I hate everybody that backed the Kickstarter for Divinity Original Sin 2 for not voting for the class named Trap Master, because I wanted to place down traps. And you can't do that in Baldur's Gate 3. there's the ward that you can put down, like the uh, uh, Dragon's Dogma Origins, like the little ward icon. That's really cool, but I mean, you can't. I wish there was at least like a couple of choices with the ward in Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I don't want the ward to go off where, like, right when somebody walks on it. I want the word to go off like if I could set if 2 or more enemies are on the ward, then blow up. Because then I could put like I was the kind of person carrying barrels with me all the time. So I could put like an oil barrel in like a fire ward and say like, all right, fire ward only set off if there's a minimum 3 people in and then blow up. That would make the ward so much better. But you can't do that. Okay, you said you beat the game 2 or 3 times. I noticed this with Asterion. Alright, did you ever notice anything weird with Asterian's voice lines when he talks? I'm not going to say he did a bad job. He did a good, whoever voice acted did a good job. But did you notice anything specifically with the voice lines? I'm curious if you noticed it or if it was just me. And then I will ruin his voice lines for you. You probably won't be able to unhear it. I probably should check if these sell for anything. They do not. Do these actually sell for anything? Damn it. I knew they were lying that these sold for something. Okay, so you didn't notice it. So I'm going to ruin it for you. It might get better later in the game. I don't know. Maybe it's only bad at the beginning of the game. But the few times I talked to Asterion, again, the people on Reddit thought I was bitching about the voice actor. I am not. The voice actor did a good job. But whoever edited his clips, I think, did a bad job. Almost every line of Asterian's that I heard, somewhere in his voice acting, he does a very sharp, deep breath. So he'll say something, they'll go, and then say the thing. It happens in a lot of his lines. There's a sharp, deep breath. Maybe not deep, because you can't be sharp and deep, I don't think. But there's a sharp inhale that really annoys me that I just can't listen to his lines. Maybe it gets better later in the game. Maybe it was only the section I was in where they didn't ask him to redo the line or something. Because obviously they're on a budget. They can only do it so many times. But I heard it like after a while of his lines going through, I kept on hearing it. And then the guy I was playing with, I'm like, you're hearing this too, right? And he's like, yeah. But like, I guess it didn't annoy him. But I'm like, it's every line. And I mentioned this on Reddit because somebody else mentioned something with Asterion. And I was like, oh, somebody was bitching about Asterion, the character. And I was like, yeah, I'm surprised I've not seen anybody mention this. And people really downvoted me really bad. And I was like, I'm not bitching about the actor. I'm bitching about the voice direction or the voice, whoever's in charge of listening to it and being like, yep, this is good to go. But yes, I'm now curious if you go back and hear that. Again, maybe it's not bad throughout the game, but I found it impossible to play with Asterion. Because I got really tired. I'm cleaning up the trash over here, and I think this person's helping me clean it up. You can throw trash in dustbins to get rid of it. He was always in our camp. We didn't. I never played as him. We've only beat the campaign once. We started a second one, but we never played it again. We started a second run, but just things came up. Yeah, he was always with us. I don't think we did any of his story. I we might have done some of it. I vaguely remember him getting mad that we killed somebody. Yeah, we killed a guy that was in a coffin, and I think he was mad about that. But he was not in our party. I played Dark Urge in Shadowheart. My friend played Will and Carlock. My Dark Urge ending sucked. I know I did it to myself. Well, I won't mention it if you've not beat it with the Dark Urge, but my choices led to an exceedingly disappointing conclusion. Hopefully, okay, I won't mention Dark Urges then. Uh, I made poor choices. I will leave it at that. Uh, my Shadowheart playthrough was good. I appreciated my choices and what I did with Shadowheart. Carlock's story I was mostly paying attention to, but it's hard to pay attention to another player's character story when everybody's doing their own thing. Uh, Gale, I might have said Will, but it was Gale. I got some of his story and that seemed good. Hers was, so, okay, so you did, have you seen hers to conclusion? Because so far it makes it seem like you've seen her choices, but I don't know if that necessarily means you've seen them all the way through. Okay. All right, then I won't ruin hers either, because I also don't know what choices you made. And I don't know where the branches can happen on what you have available. So I won't mention hers other than uh, I really enjoyed the character development that you can get with her as both a player and as her character. That it sets up more interesting than what. Well, I guess Dark Urge is maybe unfair to compare because Dark Urge, I think you can be any class. So in my mind, Dark Urge is a dragon born or whatever they call the dragon race. I don't remember. I keep on thinking Dragonborn, but I think that's Skyrim, right? Okay, so I ended up saving the family. Uh, and if you've seen her as a Shard devotee, that means that you know she can. You know her like. Is it Dragonkin? Dragonkin sounds right because I was like Drakthar, but Drakthar is World of Warcraft. So in my mind, Dark Urge is a black dragon dragonkin paladin. But I guess the Dark Urge can be anything. Uh, so for me, he plays a paladin that goes back and forth on the urges, on if he's going to maintain his paladin's oath or not. I inadvertently made that just because I wanted to play paladin, but it ended up being a really cool player choice when playing as him because you had two different things swaying your choices, the Dark Urge and if you wanted to be an Oathbreaker or not. And that was fun to play through. But then it's weird when I see somebody like on Reddit or wherever talk about their Dark Urge playthrough. I'm like, what? Your Dark Urge was a rogue woman? Like it breaks it for me because all the other classes are defined. A lot of choices. I think the Oathbreaker has cooler auras later on. So I ended up having fun with that. But with my Shadowheart playthrough, I play characters the way that the character wants to be played as. Because for Shadowheart, she is a character with motivations and story behind her that I don't know as a player. So anytime there was a choice in the game where my Dark Urge character would be like trying to encourage Shadowheart to do something, I would be like, no, you shut your mouth. This is her choice with her decisions. It's not my choice as a player. And I found that an interesting, fun way to play. I'm role-playing in the sense of, yes, Shadowheart is her own person with her own wants and desires. That I let that shine through without my character encouraging it. And sometimes really went ways that I, as a player, did not want it to go. But I didn't want to influence their story. Because I was all down being a Shard devotee. I had the Dark Justice R set on. I was doing the Trickster stuff. I don't think Trickster is a good class, but I had her decked out in the Shar stuff. But then you learn about her story, and then you learn more about her. And I was like, okay, all right. I guess I'm taking this armor off that I've been saving the entire game. I am changing her class because I never changed her class even though I didn't like it because it was hers. And then with the revelations that came through the story, I'm like, okay, I guess now I have a story reason to change your class. And I thought that was really cool. And it turns out the other class is way better than Trickster. Though I guess Trickster, you do get Blessing of the Trickster, so you can give one other person advantage on stealth. But if you already have a stealth character, you can't, as far as I can tell, double advantage on stealth. So only one advantage works. Eventually you get the aura that gives the advantage. And maybe for certain play styles that's better, but that's just not how we played. Granted, we were playing on like the default difficulty. So I won't ruin it for you, but in my original playthrough, Lae'zel got... She ended up dying in an unforeseeable circumstance. That I only got some of Lae'zel's story, but she died in my playthrough, and I have a pretty rigid, I'm not going to reload choices. She sharded. No. She got a rough end of a death. But I don't reload player choices. Though when you're playing with somebody else, you make concessions because maybe they want to reload. So it's not only me. But Lae'zel made an unfortunate death. But both my friend and I agreed that we would not reload it because odds are we would play through again. And he wanted to play her. So in our recent playthrough, my friend is going to play Lizelle, so we will see her story. I wonder if the Githyanki egg you eventually find does anything important. Because in Divinity Original Sin 2, you do end up, by virtue of a specific story, you do get a dragon egg that ends up becoming a dragon summon that you can use. So it would be interesting if something happens with the egg. Though I don't know if they're going to give you a child soldier in the game, but there are. I think some of the kids do die in Baldur's Gate 3. Though I don't know how fast Githyanki grow. So I don't know if they're like Jack from Supernatural or something where they grow really fast. But I think that would be funny if you do end up getting like Lizelle's adopted Githyanki son fighting alongside you. That would be fun. But I just don't see it as happening. It would be funny. Our newest game was a honor run, but we died real quick to the owlbear. Owlbear. We didn't know his significant other makes an appearance on honor and then steamrolls you. Anna, thanks for stopping by, man. It's been. I like showing Tibia off. It is a joy I get. Plus, it's just fun talking about games. My brother and friends don't have the same history of talking nonstop about different games and comparing them. So it's always fun to get a chance to do it. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, see you another time. And maybe you'll start playing Tibia. Maybe. We need more people. It appears to be, yeah, because you knew a lot of that I was talking about. Though I do have a habit of like a lot of older people. Well, I guess new people do this too. Using other things to reference other things. So I use like I just use Jack from Supernatural to reference something in Baldur's Gate 3. So references within references is how you know you've seen a lot of dumb shit. But yeah, man, thanks for stopping by. I don't want to keep on talking to you and hold you up. I really need to go back to Theus. Or Venor. Go see what I can do with these medicine pouches. Actually, I think I have a decent amount now. Ooh, I thought I found more. Maybe not. I thought I found one, but maybe not. Shit. My friend on? I thought my friend was going to get on so we could play some more Heroes of the Storm, but I've not seen him yet. There's a guy on the Discord for this. that's on another server, but trying to make money for his promotion. I don't even. You get promoted in this game to get more regeneration too. I just offered to pay for his promotion if he comes to the server. I'm going to guess he won't, but we will see what he says. Alright, let's go back to town. Let's disable this. Oh, this probably leads to... Yeah, okay, I've been in here a lot. I should mark it, though. Mark... Crocs... Turtles... and... crabs. Let's see what they're talking about over here. Okay, they're talking about a lot of dumb shit in the Gloomhaven Discord. I should stream their game. They're... Oh, does somebody own this house? He owns it, but he's not using it. Let's go to town. Get him away, God. Did I ever kill enough pirates? Nope. Okay. I need to kill Bone Beast, mutated rats. Come on, fucking dudes. So, let me go to Fedor. Yeah, that's a cool costume. Oh, 720. Jesus Christ. See, I am not used to this town. I'm guessing if I go to a magic area. Okay, let's open it. MADI. So I got 17 of them. How much is that? Okay. So that's about 51,000 gold. Is it worth selling? I think it's worth selling. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh yeah, I never ended up... Okay, I need to read about monsters and memories too. Oh, there's early access. The game went to go beta July, August 2025. When the core gameplay systems complete. Subscriptions are $15 a month. There will be no box price, no in-game microtransaction. There will be content updates come with the subscription. Servers go live as part of early access will not be reset or wiped. It is important to know that early access is not a head start period, but the initial launch of our game. That's cool for them to just outright say. New servers will go live as needed, and once we complete early access development phase, we will launch first servers with all the content available from day one. That I really don't like. The new servers are going to cause people to want to go to the new server where all the people are playing. Or the new servers are going to be DOA because everybody wants to play on the established servers because it's a niche game. They need to change that. I really don't like that. I think that's a bad idea. I think that's a really bad idea. I will register though. So let's give them my email address. Email. I for sure read all these. Yep, I read all that. Sure, sure, sure. Yep, read all that. Ooh, having white text on a white background is a choice. Okay, it's black text on a black background, but my dark reader was fucking it up. I take that back. Okay, so tibia, medicine, pouch. I swear to goddamn war could go with these things. On my server, they are bought in the market for 1,000 gold each. 1 hour in a clear cave, and I had 30. I sold them, bought boots of haste, did it again. Okay, so I need to know who to turn these in on. I thought the guy in the Discord said he got an outfit from it. But how did he get the outfit? Hmm. So he said afflicted. Do I have the afflicted outfit? I do have the afflicted. So how do you get the add-ons for afflicted? Alright, let's see. Tibia afflicted outfit. The pieces collected can be looted from feverish citizens wondering, once you have all the pieces, use them to tame the outfit. So I did that. Loot medicine pouches from swamp trolls and trade them to Oktar for blessings of a deceased. And use it, you have a chance to get Plague Mask and Plague Ball. Once you have these items. Okay. So I still need to find Oktar. How do we say his name? Okay. Archie. So it looks like he's over here. Maybe he's up. You're not Oktar. Further down, maybe. Looks like one of those feverish citizens. Pour often on the bad place for various reasons. I mean, I swap for make things do. It's about some more medicine, though. Should really change. Yes. How much is this turtle shell worth? If it's actually worth it, that actually worked out pretty well. Yes. Medicine. Yes. So let me just copy medicine. All right. Yes. Honeycomb. All right. All right. All right. I'm making money. Ooh, making money. Damn. 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 We're just gonna. Damn. Damn. All right. Yeah. Damn. 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 Didn't make it. I wonder how much they cost if I were to buy the whatever items. I know nobody wants the wood. Nobody wants the wood. Still containers. So 3,000, not too bad for that. Nobody wants that apparently. How about these? So actually, 28. I didn't come away with a lot less money, but I definitely did not come out ahead. Well, that's disappointing, but it's probably going to call it for me. Time to go to sleep. Did I already do my did my login? How many days straight? 55. Almost 2 months. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Surin, for hanging out. If you ever end up watching the end of this, maybe not. I don't think that's how live streams typically work, but maybe. Alright, thank you all. See you another time. Peace.